Recently, I made a big decision to work only with referrals, and you may be wondering why. Biggest reason, without going into great detail, is one word: safety, my personal safety. So I want to not only ask you for your referral, but I want to earn it. And I think of this video as an abbreviated job interview. I want to give you a glimpse into what I do when helping a seller, so you feel comfortable referring me to your friends and family and have confidence that you made the right decision. I won't let you down. In real estate, we always talk about location, location, location. While it's important to buyers, it doesn't matter to this real estate agent. I can help you no matter where you are located. I did mention buyers, and I don't want to leave them out. There will be a separate job interview for them. So as soon as you hear of someone talking about selling their home, that's the moment. As soon as you think about selling your home, that's the moment. That's the moment to give that referral. That's the moment to reach out to me. I have worked with the clients that wanted to sell their house in 3 weeks, as well as clients that want to sell their house in 3 years. The process is the same, it's just a different timeline. More time equals less stress. So usually there's an initial phone conversation, and I love to hear the hopes and dreams of the person selling. Whether it's job relocation or retiring, marriage or divorce, new baby, empty nesting, or you just don't love your house anymore. Again, I'm going to focus just on selling here, although often sellers need to buy another home as well. So once we have that initial discussion, and there have been times when I've been on the phone with folks for over 2 hours, I'm never going to cut a conversation short. But likewise, when I visit them for the first time, I do not cut it short. I think my longest first visit was 5 hours, and it was fantastic. They said by the time I left, I felt like family. But I have all of this information that I bring to that initial meeting, and I leave it all with them. And so we'll go over a little bit about me. So I have a consultation, presentation, and so we go over a little bit about me with some of my charity work that I do. I have plenty of client reviews in there as well. We go over both my 73-point listing plan, which most of this is my activities, that I just like people to know what I'm doing, that I'm not just sitting here eating bonbons. I'm working on selling their house. But I do break it down into a much simpler 12-step selling your home, because I think that's important. And so these are just the steps that the seller is actively involved in. And I'll be going through some of that a little bit in further detail. I also offer a communication guarantee. When I first got into real estate, I found that there was a lot of lack of communication. And so I guarantee to contact my sellers every week with what's going on in the market, if there's houses that just sold, seeing if there's anything that I can help them with. I've had clients, during that call, that's initiated me going over there and picking up a whole load of stuff to take to Goodwill. Another client, met with them at Home Depot and helped pick out flooring and tile and paint colors. Another client, I'll be going out with them shortly to help them remodel their bathroom. So always available for that. And then every home that I sell comes with a warranty for the home while it's being listed. We'll go over market trends. I bring comparables, and again, I leave all of this information with them. So this way, if at any time they can review it, take a look, call me with questions. But I go over comps with them in detail. I don't shortcut anything. I don't just make it pretty. I want them to see all the detail of other houses that have sold and houses that are currently on the market, because it's important to know who your competition is. And then we'll go over price recommendations And then at the end, we'll do a tour of the house, and we'll talk about a honey-do list. What are things that can be done that will help improve potentially the value of the house, but definitely improve the sellability of your home. So everyone wants a home that is clean, in good condition, and move-in ready, and that really is the key term. So even if we can't completely update a house, which I think is really unrealistic, we can certainly do some things to make it look a little bit fresher, really to just freshen it up. So within a day of me coming to your house, I will provide a written to-do list room by room, so it's very organized. So again, I'm already starting to do the work by coming to by providing that. I'm not expecting anyone else to be taking notes while we're walking through a house. So then, you know, there's a lot of focus that I put on an open house. I think an open house is like the most important thing when selling a house, and there's some agents that don't even do open houses. So there's a lot of prep work that goes into that. So once we've got the house ready, any repainting or cleaning, decluttering, things of that nature that are being done, depersonalizing the house, then that's when I really start working inside the house. So we'll talk about staging. I will bring bins and bins and bins to make sure that the house has a warm feeling and that it's not too cluttered, that it's staged appropriately based on what I see buyers wanting. We'll have photography coming in, videography, and then once they're gone, then I get to start really narrowing in on when people are walking through the house, what are they going to see? So I do what's called home highlight signage. And so, you know, this is one that leads someone to the outside. So if I was doing it at my house, I would say, oh, make sure to go check out the chicken coop in the back. And so it can be something as crazy as that. I don't know how many people have chicken coops. If you're offering a home warranty, we're going to put a sign up to make sure that the person who is walking through the house understands that. Because even, you know, if they come through at an open house, if I'm with another group, that person, that other group that comes in, I may not be there to walk them through the entire house. So I want to make sure that I have the house talking to people when I cannot. So, you know, we have booties, and I don't know if you can see over here. So I've got booties in this little container. So this way we're protecting your floors. You've worked so hard, maybe replacing floors or at least cleaning them. Let's keep them clean. If it's access to a crawl space, we're gonna call that out. That is really gonna be helpful when the home inspector comes in. So he doesn't have to sit there and look high and low for how do you access things. Pull down staircases. If there's things that you're leaving with the home, like a TV that you just, you know, it's still a good TV, it's still a flat screen, but you wanna get something bigger for your new house, let's mark that so this way they know what's all included when they purchase your house. How old is your furnace? When was the last time it was painted? All of these things, all of the work that you've done to get your house ready for market, we need to tell people about that. If it's fresh paint, fresh floors, all of that. And so even if it's something as simple as a lazy Susan in a cabinet, we can't expect a buyer to come in and open up every single cabinet and see that that's there. The other thing that you know, I work on is I make sure that that open house gets the most traffic. We need a ton of traffic at that open house. If people don't come in, they do not make an offer. So in addition, I will walk the neighborhood, and I have this upside down. So here, it's probably gonna come in backwards anyway, but I will come into that listing appointment with houses already highlighted. where I'm gonna walk to each of those houses, and my target is always 200. I'm also gonna go to local businesses. My target there is 25. And I'm gonna personally hand them an invitation to the open house, because I want them to talk to their friends, to their family, anyone who has said, wow, I really like this neighborhood, that they can reach out to them and say, hey, that house, there's a house down the street that's for sale, and the woman stopped by and there's an open house this weekend. So 200 minimum, 20 businesses. So everyone gets those. And the businesses, they let me put this up, and I do a big size one, a full sheet. And on the door going into the business, that's where it'll be taped, because we want as many people as possible to come in. Additionally, for exposure, open house signs. I know this is going to come in backwards, but bear with me here. So I put up 19. And I don't know why I have 19. There's one that probably got lost along the way, but I have 19 directional signs that I put out the day of that garage sale, of the open house, sorry. I have balloons when weather's permitting, obviously not right now, because the balloons will not float. And so I put those up on basically every street that is guiding them to your house, because we want passerbyers, everyone, to be coming in. And so I will also leave a brochure printed on cardstock, and it's a nice double-sided takeaway for them. And the reason for this is, if someone is out seeing a bunch of houses, what's going to make them remember your house? In a listing that they will get, which these will be available as well on cardstock. So this is what they will typically leave with, this tiny photo that does not trigger any memories. This is going to trigger a memory. It's going to be really easy for them to be like, oh, that house that we really liked. Oh yeah, here it is. And then I do security is important. And there's a couple of things that we do for a security standpoint, for both your home security as well as my security. So we will put a sign up in your front door as soon as you say, yes, Lisa, I will list with you. I will sell my house with you. And what this does, it stops people from seeing the for sale sign and thinking that they can just come up, knock on the door, and you're going to give them a tour of the house. That's a big no for so many reasons. And so this sign politely tells them, please contact the listing agent. When I do open houses, I always have a lender there with me for safety reasons, as well as all those 19 signs that we just put out. If someone's just driving around and sees a sign, they can come in and we can have them pre-approved very, very quickly. We also have signage that talks about security, that we're going to ask them to sign in, as well as scan their ID, not scan it, but just, look at it, make sure it's them. And again, that just stops anyone who's going to be, bad-natured from coming in. We do home feedback, and that gives us information about who's coming into the house, as well as what were their comments on the house. And all of this feedback I will compile into a very easy to read format, so this way you can get that feedback. Let's see, I've got signs on the outside of the house as well. So I'll be walking around with this. This is all of my pens and whatnot that I bring to open houses. And then after the open house is done, I go and do a safety check. And so I want to make sure that no one went into a bedroom and unlatched a window lock, or left the door to the garage open or unlocked. So I go through and make sure that the house is secured when I leave, because that's super important. And then once we receive an offer, I will validate that that offer is legitimate with the lender, make sure that all docs are in. So this way we have faith that that offer will proceed to closing, that that buyer will actually be able to purchase the house. And then once the offer is accepted, everything is moving along. I am constantly following up with everyone involved in the process. And there's over 50 professionals that are involved. So I'm constantly on the phone, making sure that that proceeds smoothly. And if there are any hiccups, we catch it early and we get it rectified. And then once we finally get to say, congratulations, your house is sold, I provide a binder that has all of the documents that have taken place. So copies of the offer, copy of the listing agreement, all that information is contained in one spot. So this way it's very easy for you to reference come tax time, or if you have questions down the road about what did we agree to, what did we do, who was it, anything. So that is the short, actually that's a shortened version. I think we're over 15 minutes on video, but that's actually the shortened version of everything that I do to help guide sellers. So job interview is over. I'm shaking your hand. I'm thanking you for your time, and talk soon.